Hi again, it's your travel friend Tash at Leisure Explorer, and today we are taking you through how we spent one day in Ho Chi Minh City. We had a bit of a hiccup as our flights with Emirates were cancelled completely due to the Dubai flooding in April, and there were thousands of passengers waiting for flights. We booked flights at the airport and through sheer luck literally got the last available 2 seats on Qatar Airlines, and the only available flight had a 14-hour layover, which was totally not what we planned for, but it was our only hope of getting to Ho Chi Minh. We spent our 14-hour layover waiting at the airport lounges. Trust me, this was really worth it. We had some massages at the airport and then time just went by.
We finally got aboard in a few minutes. It's been a long 24 hours.
Finally, we landed in Ho Chi Minh and I was really exhausted but so happy just to be there finally. What a crazy way to start our trip, right? Now, we booked a Grab taxi, which was pretty simple, but it was a slight wait for our driver as the parking lot does get busy. And finally, we made our way to our hotel. Now, I booked us in the Arlok Legend Hotel, and I must tell you, the location was perfect. We lost a night, unfortunately, due to our unplanned layover, and we checked into our room at about 7 a.m. So we rested up and got ready to make the best of our day there. This hotel is centrally located to many of the popular spots such as the Remnants Museum, the Thanh Market, the Nguh Street food market, and a short drive to the Bui Vien Walking Street. You may be wondering, why didn't we stay longer? Well, long story short, we had to start off our trip in Ho Chi Minh and end in Hanoi because the prices of the flights worked out cheaper that way. And then I really wanted to spend my birthday in Da Nang because I love the ocean, and so we chose to make a quick trip of Ho Chi Minh. So we searched for a restaurant to have lunch and really wanted something light and fresh after the aeroplane food.
So, just past the War Museum, it's Hum Cafe and Restaurant.
We have just landed in Ho Chi Minh City. It was an extremely tiring flight for us. We had a flight cancellation. We had initially booked our flights through Emirates. They had really bad weather conditions, so our flights actually got cancelled completely. Now we had a 14-hour layover, so we came in a little bit late. We missed our first night of accommodation, but we got a little bit of rest and we're going to see the Remnants Museum. But just before that, we're going to grab some lunch. We always work off Google reviews, so this restaurant had a 4.5 star rating on Google. I know there's a lot of people that say that you should not purchase food where the menu is in English, but this is just a personal preference. We do like that it's easy to understand, and we actually do enjoy eating a bit simpler foods because we've got a long 2 weeks ahead of us of Vietnamese cuisine.
We found a lovely place called Le Cafe. I also had forgotten to mention that we do have dietary constraints, so understanding what we were eating was important to us. We had a lovely shrimp and mango salad, and it was divine. After lunch, we walked to the Remnants Museum. The museum was not overly crowded and we paid our entry fee and just walked in. The Remnants Museum is currently one of the most popular museums in Vietnam, and it attracts about 500,000 visitors every year. This museum is operated by the Ho Chi Minh City government. After hearing about the Vietnam War so much growing up, I really had to learn more, so I ensured that I prioritized visiting it. A bit of history for you to start off. So firstly, what is the Remnants Museum? It is a museum that contains exhibits relating to the First Indochina War and the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was a conflict in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia from November 1955 to the fall of Saigon in April 1975. While the war was officially fought between North Vietnam and South Vietnam, the North was supported by the Soviet Union and China, while the South was supported by the US and anti-communist allies. This war lasted almost 20 years, and the impressive part about it is that this war was between the North and South of Vietnam, which is actually very sad because it was amongst their own people. And I think that is why this affected me that much. There are so many artifacts and little bits of knowledge that you will come across at the War Remnants Museum, which reading on the internet or seeing a video just will not capture the intensity and severity of what the Vietnamese people actually went through during the times of war. It was actually very sad and deeply disturbing. The amount of violence and tragedy that these people went through. When you go through the museum, the first things that you will see, there are multiple ways of torturing victims. The soldiers were captured and there were various torturing methods. So that alone is one thing that's a bit disturbing. However, there are multiple other artifacts that you can look at and stories you can read. So one thing that really got me was the way that the Vietnamese people were deformed due to Agent Orange, which is a herbicide mix, which was deployed in Vietnam to expose the enemies and destroy crops. So when we think about war, we think about violence, but I've never really thought about the aftermath and the effects to the people. So that was pretty intense, but a great learning experience for me. Around the time that we visited Vietnam, it was experiencing a heat wave. So we went back to the hotel to rest for a bit and then made our way out to the Nguh Street food market. Now, in my opinion, if there is something you don't want to miss out on, it's this right here. I'm not a fan of street food in general, but this was absolutely amazing, and what a vibe. There's such a wide variety of options to choose from at this market, and they have various types of cuisine. There are just so many options of refreshing smoothies and fresh fruit. You can get fresh coconut with coconut water. There are a variety of cuisines such as Thai food, a mix of grills, a wide range of Indian cuisine, Vietnamese cuisine, of course, and fresh seafood of your choice. They cook it in front of you as you wait. The decor of the street food market is just so beautiful and trendy. I just loved it. So we really liked that the food was on display, showing you what you are ordering, and we were intrigued by the Saigon grill and decided on the grilled basa and grilled chicken on the bamboo tube. And we also ordered a tiger shrimp pho from another stall. We ate upstairs where it was a bit quieter and the food was amazing. In the entire 2 weeks, I could not find another tiger shrimp pho that tasted like this one. I'm not sure which stall it was, but it was the second last row on the right. I still dream of that pho, so if you are visiting here, make sure to try it out.
It's really soupy, really brothy, and it's light and actually tastes very, very nice.
After our tummies were filled, we took a grab taxi to the Ben Thanh night market. My only regret was not coming here earlier, as it was so close to closing time that we didn't get to shop that much. I bought a few things and I must tell you, the quality was top notch. I wish I had more time here, so if you love shopping, don't miss out on this place. We were pretty tired at this point, so we decided to go and have some massages, and they were pretty reasonably priced in Ho Chi Minh. And then, would you believe, after the massages, we decided we just had to see Bui Vien Walking Street. And wow, this road gives Bangla Road a run for its money. What a lively, lit up street. We only just walked through, but honestly, it was such a great experience. And I'm glad our FOMO didn't allow us to leave without seeing it. If you love to party, you would love Bui Vien Walking Street. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more of our adventures to come, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.